Hi guys, welcome to my channel, African Gypsy. My name is Sunshine, and for those who've come back to this channel, welcome back guys. Thank you very much for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, for your support. Thank you for your emails you've been sending, and I respond to each one of your emails or comments if you're able to leave them. And for those who've come here for the very first time, welcome to the African Gypsy. Please do buckle in and enjoy the ride, and be sure to subscribe so you can find out the next time I do post another video. This is a video for the star sign Aries for the month of November. Right, my dear Aries, you are in a point in your life where you have to look at your long-term plans, what your life is going to look like in the near future, in the distant future. You're making long-term plans for your life, and you might have to stick to your guns in order to win. Stand firm and win, because a matter of principle might become involved in whatever it is that you're dealing with. There might be a situation where someone's trying to bully you out of a decision that you've made previously, by trying to make you feel like your values are not important enough to consider when it comes to the decisions that you've made. So you need to stick to your guns in order to win. Crossing your path are issues to do with work. Some of you are trying to transition towards a point where you can master your craft and work as hard as you possibly can and become the very best at what you do. Come out head and shoulders above the rest. I feel, however, that you're coming out of a very dark season and a more helpful phase is coming into your life. I feel that there may have been some injustices and some very tricky financial arrangements. You're being told not to do anything risky or anything speculative. Any risky deals will lead to nothing at this point. So if you hear someone saying, oh no, I've got a deal here, we just need to take this thing from that place without someone's permission and then we sell it, that's not going to work for you. Avoid anything speculative. There is a time and a place for everything. November is not that time or place for the speculative behavior. You want to do things that are sure. I feel that there could be some complicated financial arrangements if you're going to be dealing with family as well. Try not to lend or borrow money from family, or you could find yourself in a very tricky and compromising situation. I feel that you're going to get a lot of help from younger people, and you need to really be vigilant and aware of your surroundings. Don't just walk around in a dwell, as we call it, or a daydream. Be aware of your surroundings, be very vigilant, and the help of younger people is coming in. I also see some surprising good news concerning a business deal or work or a job that you're eyeing or that you've been working on as well. In the past, you had to be very decisive. You had to make a judgment call, which is probably why you're having to stand your ground about that decision even now. People are like, no, how could you leave that job? But you have to stand your ground and know that the decision you made was valid and it was good for you at that point. I see that there's a necessary change coming into your life. It's impossible for life to carry on the way it has always been going all this time. Change has to come in. I feel as well that in the past, an outstanding problem that you had for the longest time ever was finally solved. You finally got out of indecision, you finally made some very important decisions and you stood by them, and a new awakening came in. You started seeing things through new eyes, like, oh, I didn't realize that this was the way things were. I didn't realize that this is the kind of life I'm living. I could change things out a bit and yet to make some judgment calls. I also feel that something that you thought was very bad for you ended up actually being good. You see, we've got Angel Gabriel coming in with the Akashic record. So anything that was hidden is coming to light. And anyone who was working sabotage or any element or entity that was fighting your highest good was revealed to you, and it was highlighted, and you got a new awakening. The veil was lifted from your mind and you started seeing things in their true light. You may have been, for a few of you, under some form of manipulation, where people were manipulating the situation and selling you a picture that they felt you would be happy with, which is not really the true picture. Or I'm being told to say whitewash. You work through the whitewash for the truth to come in. Yes, someone's working with a lot of the youth or a lot of younger children. You're being asked in this season, in the month of November, my dear Aries, to take care of your administration, your applications, your paperwork, anything that needs to be filled in, applied for, applications that were hanging that have to be completed. You're being asked to take care of that. That's going to be very important for you, because this documentation might be requested suddenly or unexpectedly. So make sure you're on top of that. In the future, you're signing more documents and contracts and legal paperwork, possibly with the help of an influential friend of yours who's got a legal background. This guy is giving you sound financial advice about your job. Perhaps someone has been asked to stop working, and your lawyer friend tells you, you know what, they need to pay you for your sick leave days, they have to pay you for that, they have to do this for you. Listen to that advice. That's the best way you're going to get your money out of that situation. Listen to that advice. The key, the roots, the real story behind the story. The real story behind the story is an issue to do with your intuition, my dear Aries. You need to listen to your inner guide, listen to your intuition, listen to that inner voice that speaks within you. I feel that your intuition is getting stronger and stronger. It could be intuition when it comes to things that are related to business or work, where you just get a feeling that, you know, I feel I need to move forward, or I need to hang on, or I need to apply for such and such a loan, or get this paperwork in. It hasn't been requested yet, but I just got a strong feeling that I need to make sure my paperwork's taken care of. Listen to that intuition. And you're being advised as well to conduct all your affairs with the utmost amount of tact and diplomacy. I feel that environmental factors that may help you or hinder you may be to do with progress you're trying to make in terms of forging new business links. You're trying to move forward with business, but there's been some form of a blockage, a barrier, a group of people who are coming in as a barrier. For example, you've applied for some sort of a tender, maybe you're a tenderpreneur. There's a specific message for someone, but someone's been sitting on the paperwork and trying to make sure that their tender is not awarded to you, even though you've fulfilled all the requirements, you meet all the requirements, and you're able to provide whatever it is the tender is asking for. But I feel that a judgment call was made, and that opposition is going to come to an end, and you'll make rapid progress, and you are going to forge those new business links. There's going to be a lot of stability on the business front for many of you, Aries, in the month of November. You have to work towards it, you know, because you're seeing things differently. Some Aries is thinking about money that they lost to some unscrupulous youngsters, or people with a young energy who are quite unscrupulous. And I'm being told that there was a lack of prudence. That's the word I'm being told to use. Oh, tell you a bit about myself, guys. I'm a clairvoyant, so I see visions. I'm clairaudescent, so I hear words and phrases. And I'm an empath, so I might speak as if I'm you or as if I'm the other person during the course of this reading. And I'm also a distance energy healer. Distance is not a barrier. So I feel, moving on, that someone is worried about money, that they lost out some money to some unscrupulous youngsters. I'm being told to say that your initial capital outlay failed to match the returns. So the money you invested into something didn't give back the money that you thought you were going to get back. And you're dealing with, a lot of changes came through. And fights. Some people were fighting over money that didn't come through, where you invested a certain amount of money, and you're dealing with some unscrupulous youngsters who didn't give you your just dues, and there was a bit of conflict and fight concerning that, and a feeling where you feel as if you're willing to make a fresh start, even in brand new surroundings, if it comes to that. And you've tried to cut off some people that you were dealing with in terms of business because you felt that they wasted your money or they didn't give you back your money and stuff like that. Your outcome is that you, my dear Aries, I've got the energy of the magician. That's a powerful card. You have the power to cause or to influence events in your life. Because you see, with the magician, he's got everything that he needs in order to succeed. He's got the finances, the emotional balance, the intelligence, yes, and the creativity to make things happen. I'm being told you might need to be subtle with in your approach, keep things on a need-to-know basis, and yeah. I remember reading someone's WhatsApp status, and it says keep quiet until you say checkmate. So it's that kind of energy coming in for you in the month of November. I'm feeling that you might need to prioritize. You've got two things that you want to do, and they're both good, but maybe you need to start off with one phase of your work or your business and then kick in the next phase once you feel that things are at a better stage. And I feel that that's going to be good for you, and you need to visualize the life that you do want in as much clear detail as possible, and also imagine the feeling you'd get. Now, I want to clarify our blockage. Okay, someone's spying on my Aries here. Someone's spying on some financial advice that you got. And for someone else, there's advice that's going to lead you to meet up with some younger people. Maybe someone's dealing with the youth or kids or younger people, but someone's spying on your efforts. Let's find out a little bit more about this. What sort of surveillance are you under? Is it spiritual spying, or is it someone physically going through your stuff and all of that? Yeah, someone knows that you have the power to change things around in your life, and they're spying on what you're doing. It looks like it's physical spying and a bit of trickery as well. When someone acts like they're not at your desk taking pictures of the work you're doing, or they act as if they're not reading your notes and stuff like that. So you need to be mindful of that energy moving forward in the month of November. Peace will come through at the end of the day. Someone's going to end up festing up and saying, you know what, yes, I admitted I was spying because you were not keeping me in the loop. I didn't know what was going on with you, so I said to spy, and you're like, oh, could have just asked me, you know. This is kind of like a person who's peeping through the window or eavesdropping. You know, once you eavesdrop or you peep through someone's window, you can't come and ask them what you saw through the window. Because if you really wanted to know, you should have approached them directly and asked them, hey, what's up with that? What kind of energy are you going on about? What's going on with that kind of situation? You are going to have a lot of success coming in for you. And I get the feeling that there's an act of generosity coming your way, financial generosity. Someone's going to come and give you money. And someone is probably spying on that. They heard that someone's giving you money and they want to find out what you're doing with the money, who gave it to you, how much of it do you have, what plans do you have, probably with a view to ask or to cause those financial or complicated financial dealings I spoke of, where they're like, oh, I know you got $8,000. Could you please lend me $7,000? I'm hearing a conversation, someone saying that my sister does that to me. I'm hearing that this is a conversation. Someone saying, my sister does that. She always wants to find out what money I've got, and then she'll ask me for that exact amount of money, and chances are I'll give her that money, and then she misuses it, and then she starts acting like I'm not on top of my finances when she's got a bit of money. That's an energy I'm reading for someone in particular. Remember, guys, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, my details will be there down in the description box down below. And you can email me and book a personal reading, and we find out how these energies are playing out in your life. And be sure to like, share, and to subscribe to African Gypsy channel so that you can find out the next time Sunshine posts another video for you. And let me know how these energies resonate with you. My dear Aries, I want to find out what spiritual guidance messages Spirit is bringing through for you. What does Spirit want you to know in the month of November? What oracle messages are we getting for Aries? Archangels, Spirit guides, the guides of my Aries, please come through. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Could I have one more message? Come through with the messages that your children need to hear. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so first, I get beauty. Someone needs to concentrate on their beauty, on their looks. Take a step back and really think about the kind of image you're presenting to the public. Maybe you want to change your wardrobe slightly so it represents your feelings or your beliefs a bit more. Or you want to get your hair done, you want to change your hair color, you want to neaten up and just look a little different. Because, you know, there's something powerful. I always say when you look in the mirror and you see someone different, and you react differently, because that's not the same person who was in a bit of a rut yesterday, because this is the blonde-haired woman, or this is the man with his haircut, or with the mohawk, or whatever it's going to be for you. But take care of your looks. You've been thinking of doing something concerning your looks, go for it. I'm also being told that you're going to need some quiet time so you can get peace of mind. I feel these two go together. You need to just drown out all of the outside voices and words and listen to your inner self. Quiet time, switch off your phone for a while, sit quietly with yourself and let your inner self speak to you, because there's a lot of inner wisdom that your intuition, your inner teacher inside of you wants to tell you. And this is a class for one. It's not a group exercise with quiet time usually. It's something that happens when you're in your stillness, in your quietness, or perhaps you're taking up a yoga class, okay, then it's a group effort. But that's also fine. But you need to find your quiet space, your quiet place, and be able to listen to yourself, think, and look inside yourself. The answers are all there within you, baby. I know you're asking for all these answers, but you already know what the answer is. You're just looking for validation, but you need to stand your ground. Yes, it is very wise and prudent to seek the counsel of others, But it's also important not to betray your own true inner feeling concerning a matter. If you don't know what it is that's inside of yourself, what you're thinking, I feel that it could help you to start a journal. When you journal your thoughts, random thoughts that come into your mind, random feelings, and then you go back to your book, your journal, and you read it back to yourself, and you see that there's a predominant thought that keeps coming in, then you know that is what your inner self is talking to you about. Now, my dear Aries, I've absolutely enjoyed doing this reading for you. And if you would like to book your personal reading, like I said earlier, please hit me up. My email address is there down below, and I'll schedule a personal reading for you. You know who this message is for. You know yourself. When I spoke, you felt it that I was reaching out for you. Before I click off, I'm also being told that there's someone who's dealing with sporting equipment, and perhaps you're thinking about how best to move your business forward. Yes, it's wise to get all that advice, but it's also important to be true to your inner self, to your inner voice, and what spirit is telling you to do with concerning that business. Listen to your intuition. For someone else, I'm being told that your dreamscape has changed quite a lot, and you're dreaming of quite a few animals coming through, maybe animals talking to you. You need to pay attention to those dreams, or those feelings that keep coming, repetitive feelings that keep coming over and over, or repetitive thoughts. Those are ideas that come from heaven. And they're the germination of new projects, new ideas, new relationships, new situations in your life. So listen to your intuition. Listen to what your inner guide is saying. I wish you love. I wish you light, my dear Aries. And in the month of November, be true to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your inner guide. Take back the power in your life. Take back the control in your life. This is an Aries card as well. Oh, you showed up in your own reading. So taking back the control over your life and doing the things that are really good for you, the things that are important for you. For one other Aries, you may have had a bit of a negative sexual experience somewhere in your life, and Spirit is asking you to look at that experience, be able to heal, forgive yourself, forgive the other people involved, move forward, and know that your body is a friendly place to be in, and it's okay for you to be you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining the African Gypsy, Sunshine, the African Gypsy on this channel. Please do subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Do check out the other videos as well. Even if it's not your star sign, perhaps you're intuitively drawn to a certain message or a title that's there. Spirit works in so many amazing, wonderful ways to get the message across. Till then, stay safe, stay in control of things, and keep the fire burning.